Here we go, y'all. Episode, it's game day. Number 3 episode right here. You can turn my mommy music out. Alright, today we got a special guest. My oldest child at 18, about to get ready for college life on her last stretch of high school year. Let's give it up for my oldest child, my sweet loving daughter. We're not ready for the world to know her name yet, so we're just going to keep that private. But yep, this is my oldest daughter. So today we'll be doing a little question and answering thing. Just keeping the conversation going. Recently I did my video about, how people always got their phones in their hands, and you see how she got her phone in her hand during our podcast live streaming. I guess she's talking to the chat. So chat, post her up. Any questions, hit in the chat, and she'll read your questions back and we'll answer them. All right, so let's go first. Icebreaker. You can ask Dad a question first.
You can ask me a question first.
No, you can ask me a question first. Come on. See, look, she's stuck in her phone. She can't even get a question out.
Okay.
Dum 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 dum.
How do you feel that I'm about to be a part of the real world?
What do you mean? You are a part of the real world already.
I'm talking about as an adult.
How do I feel about you journeying into the real world of adulthood? To be truthful, I'm very scared. I'm very scared, but at the same time, I know that you've been taught all the right things, and you're gonna be a great, responsible young adult heading into the next phase of your life.
Yep.
You got two great parents to ask questions. Any questions you need to ask about life, you can always ask us. You got a nice village around my family members to support. So, I feel good about you entering the next phase of life. I just miss it when you were so small. Like, I remember, I think she was about maybe 6 years old in the summertime in this little blow up pool. I remember that like it was yesterday. And here you are, 18. Dang, time flies.
Yep.
Okay, so that was a good question. Let me follow up with another good question. How do you feel about entering the next phase of your life? Are you confident? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you excited? Don't give me a one word answer either. I want to break down. This is a live streaming podcast, father daughter talk. So give me a good answer in detail. How do you feel entering this next phase of your lifestyle?
I'm nervous and adapting. I'm nervous because it's a lot of things that come with being an adult, and you have to make wise decisions young, but you have to make even wiser decisions as you're older, and choose what's best for you, like, and that's including career path and stuff. And I say I'm adapting because of this internship that I have. It's a great opportunity, um, networking wise. So it's
uh,
teaching me a lot.
so you said you're doing the internship, right? You're doing this for your senior year, right?
Yes.
Where are you doing your internship at?
City Hall with Council Isaiah Thomas. Council member
City
Isaiah Thomas.
Hall. She's down City Hall with the big dogs down Center City. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That answer was pretty good. I don't think that you need to like overload yourself with what did you say? You said the adapting and what was the other word you used?
Nervous?
No, not nervous. You said you're adapting and you are ready for adult decisions. The decisions in adulthood don't just come like wham soon as you become an adult. It's like a process. So as long as you take your time and process your decision makings out, gradually, don't just bombard yourself with a bunch of responsibilities and decision making as soon as you become an adult. It's a gradual thing. So, like I said, you guys are setting yourselves up for your future pretty good now at young ages. So just gradually, slowly become an adult. You don't have to hop into the adult abyss and just like, oh, I'm an adult. Because being an adult can be crazy. Being an adult can be fun. Being an adult can be overwhelming. But, life is life. So, that's the phase of life. You start as an infant, you're a toddler, then you're an adolescent, then you become a teenager, then you become a young adult, and you're 17, 18 years. Then by the time you're 19, 20, 21, you become an adult, a young adult. So I think you got it, kid. I think you got it. All right, your turn to ask me a question. And the questions don't just have to pertain about you. It could be just broad, any type of question, like just to keep it going. Dum 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 dum
Tell us
dum.
about your freshman college experience.
Wait. Say that again.
Your freshman college experience, like your first year of college.
My
What was it
first.
like?
All right, I'm gonna be honest because I gotta be honest with you. My first year of college was shell shocker. Shell shocker means wham, you're a freshman. Welcome to here, where you've never been, people that you've never met. Uh, I tell you this though, like for student athletes, it's a little easier because you already group with certain individuals on your team that you kind of gotta get to know, through practice and training camp and all that before school starts. But for a freshman, college can be a shocker in two different ways. It can be a positive shocker, whereas though you're soaking everything in and you're just learning all the new things going on. And it could also be a negative shocker, getting caught up with the wrong influences, getting caught with the party crowd as a freshman is a terrible thing to do. Uh, yeah, so freshman year really sets the tone for your adulthood. I'll tell you that because that's your first year of you being like on your own, making your own decisions, like making quick decisions on your own, smart decisions, rash decisions. So freshman year of college for me it was a shocker. To use another word, it was exciting. It was um it was crazy. Freshman year for me was crazy. Being that I went from Philly to Wisconsin, that's two total different type environments. I went from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Mequon, Wisconsin, which is on the edge of Lake Michigan. Lakeshore Drive, Wisconsin. Well, Lakeshore Drive travels throughout the Midwest. It's kind of like that coasting of the Great Lakes. You like the coast along the Great Lakes in Midwest America. I was up in that area, so it was different though. Like I learned a lot of things. And freshman year too kind of builds you like it strengthens your individualism because like I said, it's the first time you'll be on your own. No one's there to tell you to wake up for classes. No one's there to tell you like, hey, it's Wednesday night, you got a test Thursday morning, but it's a party next door at the dorm room.
Mhm.
You gotta be like, oh, should I go or should I just chill and wait till the weekend parties? And yeah, you should wait till the weekend parties. Even the weekend parties. The weekend parties shouldn't happen like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would pick one night, preferably not Sunday because you got class the next morning on Monday. But like a Friday night or a Saturday night party, I would pick one maybe every other weekend freshman year. Now each year it gets a little tougher because you meet more people and it gets a little lit each year in college. I'll be truthful about that. But freshman year it was cool. I liked it. It was a gauge for the rest of my 4 years, 4.5 years in Wisconsin. It kind of gauged me, it got me prepared for that. Next question is on me, right?
Yep.
All right. Hmm. All right. Right now, at the age of 18, what could you say is the most difficult time that you had in your young life so far that you've been living? Could you name like one difficult time that was like tough for you to deal with something or tough to adjust to something? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
um,
dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know.
All right, let me switch the question. That was a little in-depth question. That's like a super thinker. You gotta really think and try to reminisce on that one for a youngster. All right, let me come up with another question. Um, all right, simple question right here. I got three entrees. I got a T-bone steak, I got a shrimp scampi, and I got a whole seafood meal with king crab legs, fried shrimp, uh, mussels, stuff that come in a seafood boil. So out of those entrees, which two are you throwing in the trash and which one are you eating?
I'm eating a shrimp scampi.
The shrimp scampi. What
Yeah.
made you pick that one?
I just like pasta and I like shrimp scampi. I like the flavor. And steak is regular. I just don't like how it always get caught in your tooth and stuff.
It's called toothpicks.
Duh, but still. And
These kids is lazy, yo.
and for the seafood oil,
Well, you only had to pick one out of the two, so you said you would pick the scampi, right?
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna double up your questions. Um, who is your out of your four siblings? You have one younger sister and three younger brothers, right?
Yep.
Which one would you say drives you the most, like irritates you the most out of your four siblings? You don't have to say a name, just tell me like the age range of that sibling so we don't put them on blast. So you all right, let's just do this. You have a sibling, a younger sister that's 15, right?
Yep.
You have a
Well,
young
I can't really say which one drive me crazy the most, but out of the 15-year old and the 6-year old, the 6-year old because he just got he just get mad very easily if something don't go his way. And the 15-year old just sibling stuff, but they're taking the stuff without asking.
like what? Take them like what? Tell me.
Clothes, like taking clothes without asking.
Oh, I kind of deal with that too.
Yeah.
Like people take my hoodies and stuff, and I be looking for them
Dad, get.
when I really want to wear it. And next thing I know, I find it in somebody's room in the corner, but 10 other hoodies underneath of it. Like, all right,
Yeah.
whose turn is it? Your turn. It's a little late tonight, so we tend to do our pods kind of late when it's quiet, because like I said, we got a big household, so around this time of night is usually quiet around here. So I tend to shoot my streams nice and late on the quiet note.
Hmm. Okay. Well, which? Hold on. Wait. Let me think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What would you say? No, why did you want to marry your wife? Like, what made you propose to her?
What made me propose to your mommy?
Yeah.
You know what? What really made me propose to her is if I didn't, she was gonna kill me. It's
What?
like no, no. Mommy was like she was like my kind of well, she is my kind of lady. Like, so I grew up in the neighborhood, and everybody knows, in the neighborhood, you got some of the girls that hang with boys. They're like the tomboy girls, and then you got a lot of like fast girls that are like kind of fast, on the faster side of things, and I just always like the quiet type. Like I like the quiet girls that you never really heard about. You rarely seen them. They might live right around the corner from you, but you rarely see them. But yeah, she was my type. Uh, and I knew that like to me, like the main judge when you're willing to like make the next step, you gotta ask yourself like, hey, am I really willing to put up with this person's ish for the rest of my life? You gotta ask yourself that seriously. Even in relationships, you gotta ask yourself like, do you gotta wake up the next day like, do I really want to put up with this person's ish? Is it really worth it? Putting up with this person's ish for a few months or the rest of your life. And yeah, she's definitely worth dealing with her ish for sure, because she deals with my ish, and I got some ish with me, like I ate a lot, so
What?
all
Okay,
right,
it's your turn.
my turn. All right, if you could pick all right if you could pick the best basketball player right now, who would it be? I'm not going to give you the options. I'm going to hear your first name that comes up. Best basketball player right now.
I can't think of his name.
What team?
I
What color? What color is the team?
don't even know baseball for real.
What color is the team that the player plays for?
Why would you say Steph Curry?
I knew you was thinking about Steph Curry. Why?
I don't even know.
Because he just shoots 1,000
No,
threes.
I like the basketball player. I think the one that just got traded because he be doing crazy shoots. The one that just got traded to the Lakers.
Luca.
Yeah, because he be shooting
What? You
crazy.
think Luca the best?
Whoever be shooting down the court with one hand, that's the one I think is cool.
I mean,
No, like he be always on the other side of the court and he just throw the ball like that and they go in.
between Curry, Luca, if it's a few players that be doing that. So you like the long range shots, huh? Everybody
Yeah.
likes a certain phase of basketball. I would say right now my favorite color, my favorite player right now would definitely probably be Bron, because he's been doing it so long. Like he's been playing basketball for a long time at a high level. Playing sports period for a long period of time at a high level, it takes a different type of human being, a different type of training to actually do that. So, yep. All right, who turn is it?
Mine. How do you feel when, like, about me when I go on dates? Well, recently.
What?
How do you feel about your child going on dates at the age I am?
How do I feel about my child going on dates at the age that I am?
That you
I
are.
am being you are. Um, I feel like ish. Like seriously, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it, but I know you gotta grow up. Like I just, I'm. I'm like 50-50 about it. Of course, as a father, I don't want you talking to anybody like on that lovey dub type stuff. But at the same time, I'm a realist and I understand that, we all have emotions. And, my whole thing is like we teach you all the right things. So when you make these journeys in the different phases of your life, you kind of know what to look out for. We give you instructions and advice and stuff. So of course, I don't like you dating, of course, as your father. I mean, you could have asked me that question at 33 years old, and I still would have said I don't like it because the dating pool is full of poop. The dating pool is full of urine these days. The dating pools are filled with lots of bacteria. Just a lot going on these days. So,
Yeah.
no, I feel like ish. Of course, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I don't like it, but I trust your decisions. That's how much I love you. Like, like even when you go to school, I won't be all worried about you all the time because I know you're making the right decisions. From your teachings, from your upbringings. So that that worry factor, um, the older our kids get, they kind of get a little more. You don't worry as much, but as a parent, certain things you're always just gonna be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But at the same time, I trust your decision making. I know you're a tough girl. I know you can't. I know you're not just gonna fall for someone's bull crap. And you're tough. You're tough as nails. You're your mother's child. You are your mother's daughter. So, and she's tough as nails on top of nails on top of
Yep.
nails. So, I know you're tough. And I'm pretty tough too. So, I know you're tough. So, of course, like I said, from the rip, I don't like you dating, but I'm open to it because I know you're responsible. And then, I always got my guns too. So,
It's your turn. This is the last question.
all right. Let's make it a good question. Since this is the last question. Since this is the last question, okay. All right, what's going to be when you go to college, right? When you go to college, what's your main thing that you're looking forward to doing? Like, let's be honest, don't take classes, don't take study hall. Let's keep it a being. What's the main thing that you're looking for to experience when you get to college?
I mean, experiencing.
I mean, like, what's the main thing? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking to see how college parties are, or are you looking to see how living on campus is? Like,
Yeah, I
what's
just want
what's
to
the
get
main
the.
thing?
I just want to get the experience of it all. But what I'm looking forward to doing is just renewing my whole. Hmm, let's see.
What are you renewing?
My
What
whole
what what
mindset. Like I want to just go to
what expired that you're renewing? What?
my brain at MCS, but
That's another topic. That's
I'm
that's a whole nother video. Let's just not say
I'm
anything about MCS.
well, I'm renewing my whole mindset on a work level, but I don't want to get distracted by parties, but I will balance it out. I really want to go to pursue my career, well, to be able to pursue my career, like
That's
just
good. That's good. The key word I heard I like is balance. You gotta balance life out. That's exactly what a parent would want to hear from an 18-year-old, their child. You want to go up there and balance life out, right?
yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. Um. Uh. All right, we'll go one more question and end up on that note. Your turn.
Okay, what was the worst thing that happened to you in college?
The worst thing that happened to me in college. All right, I'm gonna keep it a being. The worst thing that happened to me in college. So, how can I say this without everything's old, so I guess the past of my life, so I can kind of say it, but to keep things, on a monetized level, let's just say, all right, when I was on campus, probably by my junior year, I was the guy. I was the green thumb guy. Um, you know, you can do your research and see what the heck I'm talking about, but I'll just say I'm the green thumb guy, right? I was getting like, bags of green thumb stuff, and I was the green thumb guy, right? So in my room, right, my junior year, it was me, and my two guys from California, and I think my one guy from Wisconsin, right? So all four of us are on the football team, right? So one of the four of us got kicked off the football team. One of my guys from California. I won't say his name because that's my guy. So my guy's real mad. He's pissed. He got kicked off the team like 2 days ago. This particular night, a guy from the Green Bay Packers came to our campus, and he gave us like a pep talk. We had a big game upcoming Saturday, and he was giving us this big pep talk. They was making a big thing out of it because he played for the Packers, Wisconsin, and a lot of people were on campus, all the players, the coaches. So, like, dude was just giving us gems, telling us how to be great, how to focus and balance school, and your student athlete stuff. And like, we were soaking it all in. And in the middle of this meeting, my coach just comes like whispers, like they call me, they call me Philly because I was one of the only one from Philadelphia out there. So they was like Philly, Philly. My coach like, come here, come here. So I'm like, well, what? My coach pulled me out the meeting. Like, I didn't go outside the meeting, but he was in the back and he kept like waving me down. So I go back there like, yo, what's up, coach? He was like, Milwaukee PD's in your dorm room now. They got dogs sniffing in your room. And I was like, I'm like, what? He's like, you got dogs sniffing around in your dorm room, Philly. So I just drop everything. I leave the meeting. I didn't even care about the Packers ball. Now my dorm was not close to where this hall was, right? It's probably like, yeah, it was probably a little less than half a mile, and I hog tail all the way back to my dorm room. And like when I get to the dorm room, you gotta walk through like this hallway. I see all these police cars and stuff out there. Like I'm like, no, they can't be here for me in my dorm room. So long story short, my roommate that got kicked off the football team was indulging in some paraphernalia inside the dorm room, and when I got to the dorm room, it was like, "Hey, put him up! This is your room. You Terrell." Oh man, they was saying my whole government. They was yelling at me, and it was embarrassing because like everybody knew about it because it was a whole meeting with the team for this guy with the Packers, and everybody like, so this happened like around. It was happening during practice time. So practice time usually be like from 5:30 to about 7, and then after practice we all go to the mess hall and eat. So we at the mess hall that night, and everybody just looking at me like, "Yo, what was the dogs doing in your dorm room? Did they find your stuff? Blah blah blah." And my roommate was just having a dark time, and he was doing this paraphernalia thing in the dorm room, and it just really blew up big time. But yeah, they never found my green thumb stuff. Or we had it nice and hidden, but it was just everything was just put on blast. Coaches, was upset at me, even though I didn't have nothing to do with the Milwaukee Police Department being in my dorm room. The coaches just felt like they was upset with me because I was attached to it, because it was my room and all that stuff. But yeah, that was probably one of the craziest. And I'll tell you this quick story too. My first homecoming dance. When you go to homecoming, make sure you watch what you're drinking and make sure you watch the amount of drinks that you're drinking, right? So, right, I go to homecoming, right? Now, it was a pre homecoming party at this bull's apartment. So, we go to this bull's apartment, one of the upperclassmen, right? And we playing You gotta bounce the coin off of the table into the cups, and it's two people per team. They just smack me on the team with this random dude, and then I get to the party. They already lit, right? So we just keep losing. So when you lose, you gotta drink like half a pitcher of beer, you and your teammate. So you can have a teammate that's a good beer drinker. You can have a teammate that don't drink beer. I was that teammate that doesn't drink beer. So I really had no way to gauge like, oh, I'm drinking too much of this. I just knew it tasted a little nasty like soda, right? So we kept losing. We on like 3 games losing. I'm on like my third half a pitcher that I got drink, me and my teammate, right? So long story short, now the game over. It's about an hour and a half of us into this game. It's over now. All I remember is I opened up my eyes and all I saw was legs. I was in the middle of the dance floor at the pre-homecoming party. Not the homecoming party, the pre-party. I was passed out on the dance floor. I woke up and saw nothing but legs around me, and I just got up and they were like, "Come on, let's go. It's time to go to the dance."
Mm.
Now I'm already like jacked up. I'm already jacked up pre-party. So they get me up, help me up. Like, come on, Philly. I wasn't a drinker, so I didn't know like how to gauge my blood alcohol content levels and all that. Like I was just trying to be a G, and you know, just I was drinking. Just like that's why you got to be careful when it comes to drinking. So all right, they get me out of the apartment. We get to the car. I'm riding with the windows down. Now the homecoming dance probably literally only like 10 minutes from my bull crib, right? So we get to the dance. I'm still a little jacked up, but I'm cool though. I just wanted to relax. So they like, yo, Philly, you cool? I'm like, yeah, I'll meet up with y'all in a few. I'll come in the dance and like just give me like 20 minutes. I don't know what happened, but all I remember is closing my eyes. I wake up. Everybody's in the parking lot of the homecoming dance, lit, like dancing and stuff.
Mm.
I get out the car, like, come on, y'all, let's go back inside. They's like, it's over. They was like, they said the homecoming dance was over. I slept in the car the whole homecoming dance because I was jacked up off alcohol. So, my greatest piece of advice I would give to you is, when it's time for you to start indulging in all that stuff, please do it gradually. Like, don't go out there gun ho, hopping into these parties and drinking and smoking and just doing everything because everybody else is doing. Like, gauge things at your own pace. Uh, that goes for anybody that's about to enter that phase of their life of, young adulthood or about to go to college or just in general, man. Move at your own pace. Don't be in a rush to hop on what everybody else is doing because it just might not be for you. So, this is a great episode right here. It's a different kind of episode, but I'm going to come to you guys with different content every once in a while, just to keep it fresh. So don't forget, click and subscribe because we like subscribers that want to be subscribed to get subscription from the subscribers. Again, click and subscribe because we like subscribers that want to get subscriptions from the subscribers. All right. Deuces.
Yep. Bye.
Adios.